You are now listening to another episode of Diaries of the Emotionally Intelligent, right here on the Forbidden Desires podcast.
I was just thinking about forgiveness and how forgiveness is actually it's good for you, but it's really difficult to do because it usually involves someone else who has done something to you to make you feel upset, sad, depressed, whatever, just a negative emotion, who has assisted in your feelings of feeling that negative emotion. So oftentimes, forgiveness, even though it's good for us, we all know it's good for us because when you do it, it makes you feel better, Even though we know that it's good for us, it is so hard to do. And it's hard to do because we're refusing to do it. We're rejecting it. I remember when I learned how to forgive. At times, it's still hard for me to forgive. At times. But I can do it. And I do it because I know that it's good for me. But I remember when I first learned how to forgive, I had been suffering for years about this one incident that took place between myself and another person. And I just could not get over it. I think I couldn't get over it because I just didn't understand. I didn't understand why a person would do that. Not just a person, but a person that is close to me. That's supposed to know me and care about me. In my mind, knowing who I am and caring for me equates to not doing something that would upset me or make me sad. And we're not talking about this person doing or saying something to honor their boundaries. We're talking about a person doing or saying something that is in direct violation of an agreement that was had. So we all knew what the terms were, but one of us decided to go against what we knew should have been done or what was supposed to be right between the two of us. I think I didn't understand, and then for it to be masked in this word called mistake or accident, it implies that you have no control. And so, for me to, in my mind, this is when I first learned how to forgive now. In my mind, for me to forgive that is me saying that I agree or I agree with, or I accept your explanation for going against something that we both agreed on. To me, that was what forgiveness was. For me, to say that I forgive you was to say that I accepted what you did and that I was in agreement, or that it was okay. And so I could never forgive because it was never okay.
Are you enjoying this episode of Diaries of the Emotionally Intelligent? Well, stay tuned for more. Now is a brief interruption for a quick message. Are you good at working through your personal issues? Want to have your audio featured on the podcast? Well, here's an opportunity to play your part in helping your community by sending in your pre-recorded audio of you verbally working through an issue or mental block that you're currently experiencing. All submissions will be altered to preserve the privacy and anonymity of each individual that is making a submission. Never done this before? Don't worry. All you have to do is send in an email to the.emotionally.intelligent@gmail.com with the subject title Podcast Submission. You will be sent an email in return with complete instructions on how to submit. Good luck, and thank you for your time and attention. Now let's get back to your episode of Diaries of the Emotionally Intelligent.
It was never okay. But then I came to a point where if I didn't forgive, or if I didn't let it go, it was gonna make me sick. It was gonna make me cut off and closed off from something that I really wanted. To not, because I was still carrying that pain, and so I was viewing everything from that pain. And the way you feel literally makes your reality different. It makes your experiences different, and I know this. So I was creating reality from a space of hurt and pain, which didn't allow me to experience life in its fullest potential, because I was closed off, because I couldn't forgive this person. And I was unaware at that time that it was affecting other aspects of my life, because your feelings are your feelings. You can compartmentalize it in your brain, but your body is still holding the essence of that pain. So it's still there. You know, years had gone by and I had not even thought about this person or that incident, so I believed. But subconsciously, my body was still holding on to that pain. I still had that lesson in my mind about, what I got from that situation. And it was paired with pain. So I could not, it impeded my ability to trust. It impeded, that pain impeded my ability to be vulnerable enough to allow another person an opportunity for me to trust them. But I didn't know that. I know that now. So even in my ignorance at that time, what brought me to have to forgive again was the sickness that was creating, that was the stress, the stress and the tension and all that comes from continuously feeling that pain. Your brain doesn't know the difference between physical and emotional pain. It registers the same. Science has proven this, that emotional pain and physical pain register the same in the brain. So it's almost like getting your ass beat every day and not being able to heal from it, because it's constantly happening. It's constantly there. So I came to a point to where I had to let it go. And it had nothing to do with that person or what they did or the half-ass apology they tried to give or whatever, or the non-apology that was given. It had nothing to do with them and everything to do with me. And that's when I learned that forgiveness was for me. Like, I had heard people say that before, but until I actually was broken down to the point where I had to do it, I didn't have any other choice. Once I did it, I understood then that it was for me and not for them. Because it had nothing to do with them. It had everything to do with the pain I was causing myself, the blocks I was putting up for myself. So, even now, sometimes it's slightly difficult. It has gotten easier for me because I understand that it's for my well-being. So it's gotten easier, but at times I do find myself being a little stubborn about letting something go that I feel that someone has done against me. So, but yeah, forgiveness is definitely for me. And I know that now.
This has been another episode of Diaries of the Emotionally Intelligent. Finding any value from the existence of this podcast? Well, pay it forward. There are several ways to support. Join the family by subscribing here on Anchor, Instagram, or Facebook. Just search up Forbidden Desires Podcast. You can also donate. Just look for the feature on any platform you're listening from. Proceeds are used to support the funding of the creation and operation of this revolutionary experience. Thank you again for being a valued listener.